once tried to buy shoes when I had no shoes. Let me explain. It was 2011. What a f***ing time! Obama's first term. Holy shit! We thought things were bad, but we didn't realize that that's not a bottom. Anyway, listen. So, I was bike riding while wearing flip-flops. A real maneuver. And the Lord, and some, I don't believe in God, but a God I don't believe in punished me for wearing flip-flops while riding a bike. And I had to stop quickly, causing one of my flip-flops to rip. And for some reason, I then went, well, this other one must just die with his brother. So I don't know if you ever rode a bike barefoot. Don't look confused, guy who looks like every guy at a Grateful Dead concert. Have you ever been to a Grateful Dead concert? Yeah. As someone who has been, that joke was accurate. So, they're fun. Listen, I love the Grateful Dead. You know, listen, I'm 40. Some people turn 40 and their politics go right wing. Some people turn 40 and get into gardening. I got into the Grateful Dead, and here's why the Grateful Dead are a great band. It's the softest, smoothest, most calm music played by the 7 biggest drug addicts you've ever fucking found. Jerry Garcia died because he tried to quit heroin. Do you know how much heroin you have to do that you stop doing it and your body goes, fuck you? Like, it's one of the drummers, Mickey Hart, still not sober. He's 80 years old, still smoking DMT, and then going on Reddit and talking about it. Do you know how fucking weird you have to be that you remember a time before the internet, you've learned it, you're smoking weed, you turn to your 16-year-old and go, let me show you how to embarrass yourself on one of these. Now, so I'm in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's 2011. I've got no shoes. I'm on a bicycle, and I'm like, I better buy some shoes. So I stop at a Payless Shoes. For those of you that don't remember, you guys seem young enough not to remember a Payless Shoes. Let me explain it. Imagine a shoe store, but it's bad. So people are always like, man, can you believe all these businesses have gone out of business in the wake of Amazon? Yeah, I can. A lot of those were f***ing terrible. It was awful to go into a Payless Shoes. You just walked in and you're like, whoa. Anyway, so I got no shoes. I remember I opened the door and a woman. You've all dealt with this type of person. She had a real fat head but a thin body, and immediately you're like, what side are you on? And like the energy of someone that knows everyone in the office's birthdays, but she doesn't like that she does, and she hasn't asked you what your birthday was. Anyway, so I go to walk in, and she immediately goes, no shoes, no service. And then I said, but I need shoes. And her response, it has stayed with me lo these many years. Well, then why are you here? And I motioned around her, and she went, oh yeah. And then I says, look, I'm size 13. Can you just bring me a pair of cheap Yeah, that's right. Size 13 feet, and my penis reasonably sized. So, bring me a size 13, just some tennis shoes or whatever, the cheapest ones you got. And she went, all right, but just this one time. And then she brought them to me, and I paid, and I left. And then that night, I was in a bar. And who was also in that bar but the clerk from the shoe store? Oh, 2011. It was f***ing nuts. And this is where this story gets crazy. I then decide to walk up to her because she could not have, I'm a celebrity to her. I came to her shoe store without shoes. And I tapped her on the shoulder and she turned around and she immediately went, what? Well, I was like, wow, that face does match your personality. And I went, it's me. And she went, what? For who? And I went, you work at Payless Shoes. I bought these shoes there today because I had no shoes. And then she said, that happens a lot more than you'd expect.